As you can probably hear in the background, we are in the music course where kids are learning to play different instruments. A few adults that come as well in the other course. Yeah, so we'll show you that today. Here comes this dude, late, the helper. He actually graduated from the course, or whatever you want to call it. He finished the course a couple years ago. So now he comes and helps. He's been in the course as well before. He finished, so now he helps out. All right, so they're learning a song together, which is probably the best way to get them excited. So here.
Por ejemplo, hago 1, 2, se equivocó Heiber, en el 3 se equivocó Daniel, en el 4 se equivocó Yesenia, ya estamos en tres tiempos diferentes.
Right, so there's 3 classes. Now we're in the class of the older kids. So there's a few of them here. There's one I think he had school or something. Trying to show off, he missed the intro.
Y una tarde chill con los pies.
All right, so I got caught up in the program and started helping out with some different stuff here and there. So I didn't get to film as much as I wanted to. But this program is a great program, and a lot of the results that we're seeing. Do we care that kids can play? Yeah, absolutely. It's a music program, so we want kids to learn instruments and things like that. But I think you need a bit of context of where we're at in the culture, how it can be sometimes. It's not every kid in every house is this way, but there's a lot of kids around here specifically that grow up hearing you can't. Oh, you can't do that. People like us don't do that and can't become that. And it's and sometimes I understand, I'm a parent as well. And so setting realistic expectations for your kids. We can also cross the line a lot of times because we don't know really what our kids are made of until they get an opportunity to do whatever the set thing is. And in this case, there's a lot of things that kids hear that they cannot do. Are these kids all going to run off and start bands and be professional musicians? Absolutely not. Most of them will not, if not all of them will not. Even as a professional musician here, if you are on that level, which there aren't many people that we would consider on that level, it's still hard to make a living. So that's not, again, I want to be clear about the goals of the expectations, I should say, of that. And again, it's possible. We're going to teach kids as far as they can go talent-wise. Just keep going, keep developing. And whatever. There's a lot to learn in that. On a deeper level, this is an opportunity for kids to be able to do something to simply do something they thought they never could do. And when you do one thing you never thought you could do, then you're like, well, I remember thinking I couldn't play the guitar. And again, maybe they're not great, but they can play a song. They thought they could never play the guitar at all, and they learned to play the guitar. Well, what else can I do? And so, then you want to challenge yourself because you start to realize little by little that you can't. Sometimes you just can't. I can't be an astronaut. I'm 38 years old. Like I can't, gotta accept the truth sometimes. However, you don't know stuff until you try it out. I mean, as a young person, you start challenging yourself and you learn to challenge yourself. Ciao. You learn to challenge yourself and, what can I do? Oh, they say you can't. Well, they said that last time. So, and every kid, it doesn't work like this, but some kids it does. And I know it sounds probably ridiculously optimistic to some people, but we've seen it. There's a lot of different kids. I can tell a bunch of different stories, but I just talk about one. There's one kid in the program. He doesn't play any instruments or anything, or he didn't play any instruments or anything like that. He was severely depressed and anxious, like crippled. essentially. I mean, he can walk, but you like would not leave. Chow would not leave his room. Wouldn't go, like, wouldn't talk, anything. And that's kind of a last resort. His mom is friends with somebody who's somebody here. It doesn't matter. Anyways, connected somehow with Rudy, and his mother said, hey, there's a guy over here and he's a pastor. I want you to talk to him. Obviously, you know, to be honest, most kids are 15. They're not really excited to come and talk to a pastor. He's a good kid. So, you know, he was open to it. Of course, he shows up. Rudy's in there with the hat on backwards and all. Typical Rudy style. And so this is first surprise. It's like, wait, this is not what I thought I was getting into. In a good way for him. And so they sit down and they start talking. They finds out that we have a music program. His eyes light up. He loves music, but he's never had the opportunity or the access or the courage to go into something like that and challenge himself. Anyways, a long story short, there's a lot of details, but it doesn't matter. A long story short, he comes to the music program and he decides to learn how to play the electric guitar. So he gets one. He's practicing. He's playing song. Like, again, I'll cut this short because I've been talking for almost 5 minutes. But this is, I want you to understand the importance of these programs, and they're not just cute programs. But now he can play songs. He comes every time. He's still very shy. He's still very, but when he's in the music program, when he's in there he will talk. He's not the most, obviously the most charismatic yet, but he talks. He comes out of the house. He comes to the program. He's talking to Rudy. He's building. He's starting to learn how to play songs. He started coming to the church. Now he comes and he's faithful to the church. Without realizing it, really, he was getting discipled by Rudy the entire time. So now he comes to Christ, and now his obviously faith is being strengthened, which causes, and he's growing into community and identifying a community. You find joy, and the joy of the Lord is our strength, right? And so through really a gospel centeredness of the way we live, because you can say, oh, this music program is not, how is that the gospel? Well, honestly, everything that we do should be gospel-centered. You at your job should be gospel-centered. If we serve dinner to the people on the corner here, that should be a ministry. And it doesn't always mean you got to be on a big stage and start yelling at people in a microphone. But that's what it is. And so because that is our view of this, he's able to come closer to just the community and be received and be loved and grow and, figure out who he is as well and overcome these different things that hold so many young people back, and things that he thought was impossible to overcome, that his family thought was impossible to overcome, And so forget the guitar. It's a tool. It is a tool that God has used to build relationship. And through that relationship, God has used to build relationship with him, right? And so now this guy comes, and it's amazing to see him start to gain that confidence to try stuff. He's got into music producing. And so he'll listen to a song, any random song, whatever, and he'll challenge himself. Can I duplicate that song? Can I replicate it? Can I make, that song, whatever? And he's done it. And so I want you to hear a piece of the song that he made. He sends them to Rudy all the time, and I'm going to share it right now. Again, you don't have to be impressed by the song. You don't have to be impressed by that. But this song for me, the song for us, can't see him back there. It represents progress. It represents growth. It represents how much God cares about a person that no one knows here, to reach them, bring them out, and really start to transform their life from the inside out. When you accept and embrace the gospel, it brings transformation in every area of your life. That's what we believe. That's who we are. That's what we do. So when you see us doing any of these programs or anything, and it feels kind of all over the place or out of order, this is what we're trying to do. This is what we're trying to accomplish. This is what our goal and our mission is, and that's why we do what we do. So anyways, enjoy this.